trying to crosswalk, lady. God damn it. This is not gonna happen. This is insane. Hello, are you heading out? Are you heading out? I'll follow you too. Thank you.